Large amounts of seaweed that washed up on Florida beach contained flesh-eating bacteria. Large amounts of seaweed washed up on the beaches of South Florida, potentially carrying flesh-eating pathogens. Once seaweed washes ashore, a dense brown algae known as sargassum blanket the beach and emit a pungent odor as it decomposes, snaring people and animals who step on it. For hotels and resorts, removing items from the beach can mean 24 hours enforcement. But algae also interact with plastic debris and vibrobacteria in the ocean, creating what scientists call a pathogenic. But algae also interact with plastic debris and vibrobacteria in the ocean, creating what scientists call a pathogenic storm that can pose a danger to beachgoers. The biggest threat from the vibrobacteria is a condition called leaky gut syndrome. A recent study by Florida Atlantic University found that the sargassum that ends up on a beach tends to have a high level of vibrobacteria. Vibrosis infection can cause a variety of symptoms including diarrhea, stomach cramps, vomiting, fever chills, ear infections and wound infections. Pathogens have the unique ability to attach to microplastics in warm ocean water. Researchers found that the vibrobacterium has a specific gene called the ZOT gene that produces toxins that can damage the intestines, resulting in a condition similar to leaky gut syndrome, in which bacteria enter the intestines and become stuck there and can cause infection. If a fish eats a piece of plastic contaminated with vibrobacteria, it can develop a leaky gut and release waste nutrients that promote growth of sargassum and other organisms in the environment. There have already been cases of vibro-related deaths linked to foodborne illness, such as after eating raw oysters. There are various strains of vibrio, but can cause life-threatening illness if consumed with seafood or in contact with open wounds. The bacteria thrive in warm, salty seawater, making people with open wounds particularly vulnerable to exposure. The researchers found that some strains of vibrio attack both plant and animals host. There are concerns that the risk increases as more people come into contact with sargassum algae and marine plastic debris increases during the summer months. Vibrios, flesh-eating bacteria, can colonize plastic waste and pose a potential hazard to humans. Seaweed is a leafy brown algae covered with what looks like berries. It swims in the open ocean and, unlike other algae, reproduces on the surface of the water, supported by air-filled structures that give it buoyancy. Sargassum originates in a large expanse of the Atlantic Ocean, the Sargasso Sea, which is located in the far southeast of the United States. Sargasso has no land borders, instead 4 dominant ocean currents from its boundaries. The state saw a spike in vibrio cases in 2022 after Hurricane Ian, when warm standing water allowed the potentially deadly bacteria to grow. Since 2011, the Sargasso Sea and other parts of the ocean have experienced a rapid expansion of sargassum population, leading to unprecedented algae accumulation on beaches including South Florida. The sargassum cluster serves as a habitat food source and breeding ground for various marine animals including fish, turtles, birds and others. As it accumulates, it presents a somewhat unpleasant experience for beachgoers. Sargassum piles up on the beach, where it quickly decomposes in the hot sun, releasing a gas that smells like rotten eggs. In recent years, sargassum has blanketed the shores of several Caribbean islands and Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula during spring and summer. Short exposures aren't enough to make people sick, but prolonged exposures, especially for people with respiratory problems, can be dangerous, scientists say. This can be a problem for hotel workers and others who spend hours cleaning decaying sargassum from beaches. When sargassum rots on the beach, it can become a problem. This can damage coastal marine ecosystems and also increase the growth of faecal bacteria. Thanks.